Tim?
I'm ready. My seatbelt is on.
Here we go. Streaky offense. Jazz started the game 18 of 43, 42%. Closed the game 29 of 42 for 69%.
Yeah, Donovan was a huge part of that closing, right?
Big time.
Big time. So, yeah, that is interesting. But spurts, we talk about that a lot. You know, the Jazz have those opportunities to go on spurts.
On that note, they scored on 34 of their final 51 possessions.
Pretty efficient, and would speak to why their points per possession were so good.
This was Donovan's 10th time going for 30-plus games in back-to-back games. It's the first time he's done that this season, which is a little bit of a surprise, I thought. This was Donovan's 11th time in his career going for 25-plus and a half. All 11 have been in the second half.
He's a very good second-half player, and that's actually a good thing to have.
Yeah, that says a lot, right? Done it 11 times, and they're all in the second half.
Yeah.
And he's had some good starts to games, too, but I think that says a lot about his closing.
But I also believe, too, that he's so unselfish in the beginning that he understands, hey, like, Royce always gets a couple of shots early in a game because everybody's shading toward, you know, the other guys on the scouting report. So he's smart enough to understand that.
To get guys going. And he actually talked about that in his post-game press conference tonight. Donovan Mitchell had 6 assists tonight. The Jazz are 55-12 when he finishes with 6 or more assists with a winning percentage of 82.1%.
Okay, I'm writing that down here to put on our list.
6 or more assists.
Clarkson did get his 5.
He did. His 4.
Four rebounds. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah. In fact, here we go. Let's get to some Clarkson stats here. Jordan Clarkson finished with 18.6 boards and 5 assists. This is just the 3rd time as a Jazz man where he's had at least 5 assists and 5 rebounds in the same game. And to his 4 rebound number, the Jazz are now 31-3 when he has 4+ rebounds. They've won 16 consecutive of those, and they're 18-4 when he has 3+ assists. They are now 13-0 when he has 4+ rebounds and 3+ assists.
The Clarkson, I'm trying to think of the word, the Clarkson method for just determining whether the Jazz are going to win.
And hey, he got a shout out from Coach Snyder on his 5 assists. I love it how whenever he has a big assist game, everybody points it out.
But I would almost bet too, because Jordan, he was one of the guys who really got caught dribbling too much and holding the ball too much. I would imagine there was probably some reinforcement of that in the interim, and you know, this is the result, which is always good because coaches can tell you, and the player can either do it or not. And Jordan did a good job of that.
All right, this is Royce O'Neal's 7th game with 10 or more rebounds this season. He had 9 games with 10 or more rebounds before the season started. So that's pretty interesting.
That's a new kind of a new role.
Royce gets those boards, man. Board man gets paid.
Board man gets paid.
Yeah. This is now the 13th time this season where they have out-rebounded their opponent by double figures. Again, they just had 16 of those all last year.
And tonight's, like I mentioned, the Orlando hasn't been great at a lot, but they have been good at getting the defensive rebound. And, you know, for the Jazz to make a concerted effort to make that part of the game plan, execute it, and then really punish them that way, they used the strength. You know, that was the strength of Orlando's, and they made it a weakness.
All right, Utah, the Jazz started 0 for 6 from the free throw line tonight. They finished going 17 of 24 while hitting their final 13. Rudy was 0 for 4 tonight.
I'll leave it there. He was 7 for 7 the other night.
He was.
So
he was perfect last night, so we'll get over it. Now to Orlando. Here we go. This was Terrence Ross's 3rd worst shooting game of his career when attempting 15 or more shots. He's shot 15 or more 81 times in his career.
Yeah, I liked our option of a Jordan Clarkson better than theirs tonight. I would probably choose Clarkson.
It is random. This isn't quite to what we saw against Atlanta, but it's interesting when these big offensive performers have some of the worst nights of their career against the Jazz defense. Now, it doesn't always happen. Trae Young, by the way, sorry, I left out his name. Right. Trae Young only had 3 points. You know, we've seen some career efforts from, say, Nikola Jokic, but it does seem like sometimes you get a player like Terrence Ross who's been playing great, and he goes up against this Jazz defense, and he struggles. 4 of 16, 10 points.
Yeah, and really it could be as simple as he